Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys another reading. So today's topic is wounded hearts. What's their karma for betraying you? So obviously this is going to be about a past soul connection where you and this person had quite the falling out and it resulted in them betraying you or lying to you or hurting you in some way. So maybe you are at a complete total, like no communication, no contact, separation with this person. Maybe you guys are still in contact, but it seems to be spotty or just really challenging. Whatever your situation is, just at the end of the day, take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks we're going to be using here today will be listed in the description box down below, as well as this beautiful Organite here. So let's get started. Let's first find out, who is this person? Let's go ahead and get some traits and some things that connect, you know, the dots to who this person is, just so we can see that we are tapped into your situation. Who is this person that did you dirty? Who is this person that did you dirty? We have Virgo. Okay, so it could be somebody who is a Virgo, but it does say analytical and critical. This person could have been highly critical towards you for some reason. So let's just say like you guys first got together and they just loved everything about you. And then by the end, it's like they're criticizing every little thing that you do. They're nitpicking you, etc. I can talk a little shit about Virgo because I have a Virgo moon and I do have a tendency sometimes to do that. And I also know a lot of Virgo people that have, you know, done this to me. So it's just unfortunate. It's not saying all Virgos do this, but it can be the shadow side, I guess, of the Virgos. And the thing is that that trait can be very helpful in certain situations, but not when you're nitpicking and tearing people down. So this person could have done this to you. You could have also met this person in Virgo season. So we have August 23rd to September 22nd. So that could be also very significant as well. All right, let's find out more. We have a wood. Okay, so this person maybe lives near the woods. Maybe you and this person spent time in the woods. It may be that their Chinese astrology sign is like wood element, if you know that. This could also be somebody who works with wood. So maybe like they're a carpenter or they work in construction or something. This wood energy, though, could be somebody who's, very stubborn. Maybe they are somebody who just, is just very strong as well, built. But it does say positive attitude, growth mindset, cooperates with others, and generous in giving. So the thing is, their language of love could be either acts of service or they are giving you gifts. That could be how this individual shows you that they care. And it doesn't mean that this person's always critical or analytical towards you. They could be somebody who definitely you got along with, but I feel like you got along with this person for a while. And then towards the end, it's kind of like the woods got really thick and then the problems started to arise with this person, and where you just kind of felt like, just really thick in the woods with them. All right, let's see what else. We have Aquarius energy. Okay, so Aquarius, you could have also met this person January 20th to February 18th. This could be somebody who has Aquarius or Aquarius in their chart. Same thing with the Virgo. But we have open-minded and progressive, a good listener and conversationalist, but can be aloof and temperamental. And that's just kind of what I'm getting with this person, is that they were temperamental. I mean, who isn't, right? Nobody always wakes up every day and is is in the same exact mindset or is always having a great day. So obviously this person, was just human, but I feel like maybe some of the issues that you had with them, maybe they were a little too open-minded. Maybe you really wanted a commitment and this person was just like, you know what, I'm not really into commitment, or I just kind of want to see where things go. They were just really just kind of open with their thinking, I guess. But they could have even come across as somewhat cold, because the the sign of Aquarius is connected to the King of Swords in tarot, and sometimes the downside of the King of Swords can be somebody who is very direct and almost like brutally honest to a fault. Like it's very hurtful, the things that they say. What else? We have Neptune. This person could have some Pisces in their chart too. But this could be someone who is a dreamer, somebody who I feel like, again, this vibe where maybe when you guys were first together, it's like they celebrated you. They thought everything that you did was just amazing and wonderful. And then towards the end, it was like you could do no right. You know what I mean? Like you went from you could do no wrong to you couldn't do any right. It's like you couldn't win with this person. And I just feel like their mood just kind of shifted, and it just got real, maybe even wishy-washy towards the end, where you were just like not sure if you were coming and going with this person. I'm also getting that Neptune energy where you felt like there was a magical period with this individual. Again, when you guys first met, it was like really, really amazing, really, really great. And then it turned to shit at some point is what I'm getting here. This individual may have also been a little deceptive, lying, and keeping things back from you. They could have also been unrealistic with expectations. It's like something about when you weren't perfect, when you fell from grace. This person put you up on a pedestal, and then when you did something, it's like you fell from grace, and they were like judging you as not being the one for them, not being quite what they thought. We have the Moose. So we have somebody who is self-assured, authority figure, leads by example, comfortable in life. This could be somebody who's very much like a domineering type of a person, somebody who runs their own company. They're in charge in some sort of way. They know how to get their way. They again, there's like this, did I say this before, like a bulldozing type of a stubborn vibe I get with this person. If I didn't say that before, it's coming through. Yeah, let's see here. I feel like they need things to be a certain way. They strive for excellence, and if they don't get it, then it's almost like you feel less than. So this person could have made you feel that way is what I'm trying to say. What else? Okay, you guys. That to me is a little bit of cheating energy here. You know, like the lipstick on the collar. So there was evidence. There was evidence that you found something out, or you suspected something, and so you may have confronted this individual, and they may have just brutally said something to you, kind of like, you know, this is what's going on, this is what happened. Gosh, it's bringing to my mind something that happened a long, long time ago to one of my dear friends. We're talking like probably 20 years ago. It was so devastating. You know, the way that this person acted towards her, it was so freaking brutal, you guys. It was just like witnessing, it was horrible. And that's what I'm getting here with this person, is that they may have said some things that were just like super nasty and super cutting. Even when you found something out, they found a way to maybe turn it around, or kind of like blame you for something, or make you feel like you were the problem. We have Locket, sentimental. I feel like this could be somebody from their past. They hadn't completely disconnected from somebody from their past. They kind of kept that to themselves. They kept it hidden. You may have suspected something, but maybe they just kind of were like, you know, you're overthinking things, or you're being too sensitive, or, you know, this is just who I am. Because I kind of got that with the Aquarius. It's like very open-minded and progressive. Like, you know, I can be friends with all of my exes. Not saying it can't happen, but majority rules, it's not a good idea. So this person may have had that opinion. We have competition. Yeah, and I just feel like there was somebody else here that you may have been aware of them, you may not have been aware of them, but there was some kind of competitive energy around you when it came to this person. I feel like this person likes to have a lot of attention. They like to have people kind of like battling for them. They like to feel wanted from many people at the same time. With this chess energy here, you know, you have to think ahead when you play chess. You know, it's like planning 10 steps ahead. It takes a lot of brain power and skill to play chess, which is why it's not for everybody. And this person could play chess. They could play tennis. They very much could just be strategic with the way that they operate. And maybe you kind of got a little bit of a taste of this person in that light when you were dealing with them. All right, let's see what else. Okay, so that's Pisces energy, you guys. I don't know who this is, but I feel like it looks like Courtney Love to me. I don't know why. It looks like Courtney Love. It may not be, but you know, Courtney Love. I feel like I don't know her personally, obviously, but, just like what we've seen in documentaries and, the tabloids and things like that. So I'm just going to kind of go with that personality, somebody who's gone through a lot of shit. They could be a little up and down with their emotions, a little unstable in certain ways, maybe even have like a past with, substances and different issues and things like that. But the Knight of Cups is Pisces, and I already got that with Neptune. So they could have heavy Pisces energy in their chart, and Pisces come through, especially at first, just very romantic, almost like laying it on thick, could even be like a love bomb. But then it's like after a period of time, Pisces can sometimes, fall out of love quickly, especially if things aren't perfect or matching up to their fantasy. And that could be where this individual started to lose interest or they shifted things. We have the Sun, and that's Leo's energy. I believe this is Julie Andrews, the Sound of Music. So these names could also be tied to your person, Courtney and Julie, or even Andrew. But Sun is Leo's energy. So I feel like it's like this larger than life individual. They're very attractive. A lot of people are drawn to their vibe. They put on this appearance like that things are really good on the outside. It doesn't mean it's not good on the inside, but I feel like this person kind of overcompensates and has a bit of that ego energy coming in. Okay, so this is I believe this is Sid Vicious. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So the fact that we have Courtney Love and Sid Vicious, this almost reminds me of, I swear I watched a documentary on Courtney Love, and the one thing that I was thinking the whole time I'm listening to it is Nancy from Sid and Nancy. I was like, wow, this is like her to a T. But again, there could be like a toxic ex too. I'm getting here, like a toxic love past that this person has, or a toxic love pattern. This right here is Capricorn. To me, with the chain here, it's like they're almost like shackled to or chained to an old toxic love or a toxic love pattern that they hadn't broken. So I just feel like this person could come through as very toxic. This individual could also be just like very dreamy, very just like fantasy, like, oh God, we're just all in it, enmeshed, very physical and sensual, if you know what I mean. And then all of a sudden it's just like, the dream, the fantasy has been broken. So now I must move on and go in another direction. That's just what I'm picking up with this person. I just can't help it. There it is. And we have the Moon energy. This is Cancer, and it's also Pisces again. So there's double Pisces energy. I don't know who this is. I don't know who it is. Etta James, Billie Holiday. I don't know, but maybe Nina Simone. Yeah. So anyways, but Moon, dreamy again, but there's some kind of a shadow here that hasn't been cleared with your person. So they projected their shadows onto you. They projected some sort of a fantasy onto you. And when you couldn't deliver, because nobody can really deliver that, I feel like your person changed their mind and they turned on you, or they went cold on you. And this definitely created a lot of hurt and sadness for you, because maybe things started off really, really great with this individual. So what made this? So what character defects caused this person to do what they did? Let's look at this. What character defects caused this person to do what they did? Okay, they're broken. I mean, obviously, if somebody's acting in this way, they have issues and they're broken. I mean, we're all broken to a point, but this person's really broken. And I feel also too with that mirror here, it's like once something is shattered, like their image is shattered, or you're onto them, you start seeing the flaws, they may want to step away from you because you're going to truly see who they really are, and they can't handle that. Or at least that's how they felt at the time. Yeah, I just want to say, you guys, that this person is willing to do things. This is a 5 of Swords vibe for me. This is someone who's willing to make you feel like crap, or at least that's what they did, making you feel less than, so that way they don't have to feel certain things, if that makes sense. So it's like, as long as they come out on top and they're smelling good and they're feeling good, then that's all that matters. But what I want to say, you guys, is this person, especially at that time, that's a loser thing to do. It really is. It's a total loser thing to do. So you may have just really beat yourself up a lot over what this person, said or did or how they acted, and it may have affected you on a very deep level. So, but at the end of the day, this person is just a broken loser. Yeah. So I'm getting here. Yeah. And I do see here that they didn't get something that they wanted. I'm not trying to play a therapist here, but it could be some kind of broken down childhood. They were denied something. They were denied something in their life, and it didn't create happiness. Like they were not fulfilled. 9 of Cups means I'm fulfilled. I feel good. I feel whole. And I just feel like this person is shattered and broken because maybe they were either beat down or they just were denied something. They were just denied something when they were younger. And so it's just caused this very just egoic type of personality here. And this is all about, past energy. So it doesn't mean that this person is this way anymore. Okay, so this is also about not really, I feel like this individual, they will make certain decisions, right? And they'll be very dominant and domineering and, just doing certain things to make sure that they win at situations. But at the end of the day, it's almost like this person pushes you to either leave them. They act a certain way to get you to do what's difficult for them to do. So that sucks, because I've definitely had that done to me before too, where I'm just like, wow, grow a pair and handle this and let me go. Just be honest with me. Don't string me along. And then I'm like, oh, wow, I get it now. Okay, I guess I'll leave, And I feel like this person did this to you. This could also be for some of you guys, and we are not saying that this person is powerless, because they are not. This puppet energy could also be that there was someone that they got together with, or there was an ex or someone from the past that came back and basically said, you've got to break things off with you, at that time. And this person just kind of let that individual make that decision for them. So I just got that as well. We have the Butcher. Yeah, the Butcher is just, phew. It says emotionally broken and a serial heartbreaker. Shatters your heart into a million pieces. So I just feel like you felt butchered by this person, literally, You felt butchered by them. This individual could also be somebody who is a butcher, but definitely somebody who tore you up. Maybe even stabbed you in the back. With the 9 of Decay, alienation, I feel like what ends up happening with this individual is they hurt everybody. They break everybody's heart. What is that from? You break everybody's heart. Oh, it's about last night. No, it's not about last night. It's St. Elmo's Fire. You got Demi Moore and you got Rob Lowe, and they're in the car, and he's just not listening to her. He's just wanting to screw around with her, and she just basically said, I really needed a friend tonight, and then she just basically said, you break everybody's heart. Yeah. So I feel like this person just has a way of hurting everybody that they touch, that they entangle themselves with. And it's coming from because they're just emotionally broken. We have distance. So this is also somebody who is an avoidant personality. So they distance themselves from things when it's starting to get too hot, when it's starting to get too heavy, where it's oh shit, you're going to find something out, or I don't want to deal with this. So this is a conflict avoidant type of a person too. They don't want to deal with conflict. I feel like in certain areas, they are very much in people's faces and almost like a tyrant. But when it comes to emotional stuff, especially when it has something to do with maybe the way that they're making people feel, or just they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with that, so they just run away from it. If timid, yeah, they just want to hide. It's I want to put my head in the sand, and I just don't want to think about this. I don't want to deal with this. So your person may have dealt with you in a very similar fashion, where they just kind of just either slowly kind of distanced themselves from you and alienated you and just kind of made you feel like they weren't into you until you just cut it off. Yeah, and that's just, it's a real just jackass thing to do, in my opinion. And wow, 999. Do you guys see that here? But guess what? The thing is, they're only tormenting themselves. They have a lot of anxiety. Your person with this Nine of Swords has a lot of anxiety. And maybe you knew about this, maybe you didn't, but they have a lot of anxiety, and this anxiety causes them to get timid, to clam up, and like, I can't do this. I have to create distance. I can't get any closer. This is getting too deep. This is too much for me. But the nightmare and their past and everything that they've done, I feel like they're always haunted by it, and it's always there. So it's like they might try to hide from it and run from it and distance themselves from it, including you. But it's still with them. It comes up in their dreams. It comes up in their subconscious. It's there. It's not really going anywhere. So that is why your person did what they did. There could be all kinds of issues, okay? All kinds of issues there. So now we're going to go into what did they experience shortly after betraying you, okay? What did your person go through shortly after betraying you? Let's see. Okay, so they just concealed themselves, right? They kind of disguised how they felt. They didn't admit it to themselves that, it was a big deal to either lose you or, what happened, what went down with you. So they just kind of put on this mask, basically, and just pretended that they were okay. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, very childish. They may have even turned to some sort of childish behavior. Maybe they said some things to you that were just like really childish, or they were just kind of acting like a child, like just ignoring you, like seeing you somewhere and just flat out ignoring you. Super childish, right? So that could be what your person shortly experienced after that. I feel like they may have also just like kind of went into another just another costume, right? Like, okay, well, me being this way didn't work out for me, so I'll try this, and I'll go into new situations as like kind of this new person. So see what works. But guess what? Four of Cups, your person was disenchanted. Whatever they thought was going to be better than you, or if they thought that they were actually just going to be happier after you, they weren't, okay? Maybe for a minute, but it didn't last. It didn't last at all, because the Four of Cups, this disenchanted energy, no, we're not really that stoked. We're not having a really great time. We're just kind of like, wow, just like really bored. I'm really dissatisfied. This just wasn't what I thought. So that's what your person experienced right after you guys. I do feel like they were having a lot of fun. They were going out. They were having a good time. They were doing a bunch of stuff. But the thing is, it got boring, or once the high wore off, it was just kind of like, that's where they were left. Yeah. And I feel somebody looking at their phone, they did think about calling you, actually. They may have looked at your social media to see what you were up to. So I don't feel like this person just kind of like threw it away and just never thought about you again. I think it's quite the opposite, actually. I think that this person did think about you. They did kind of wonder what you were doing, wonder what they were up to. And they were so used to you being there, kind of like they were dependent on that feeling of you always being there. And suddenly you're no longer there. Suddenly you're not reaching out to them. Suddenly you're just kind of over them, it seems, because you've disappeared. This person felt that. They noticed it. They were like, huh. And it caused them to be curious and either look you up or try to figure out what you were doing. Some of them may have, even when they did this, they may have even called you or texted you just to kind of see if you would respond. We have the King of Ashes. King of Pentacles is somebody who still feels like they're kind of on top, They still feel like they're the shit. And so I feel like this was probably this armor that your person, like this costume, this disguise, this armor that your person put on, that they're doing just fine. They're going to be okay. And it's not like they're not going to be okay, but I just feel like it was more of an act. It was more of an act that they were doing better than they really were. Yep. We have the skeleton. So it's skeletons in the closet. I really feel like when someone has skeletons in the closet, right? It's like there's something there. You're afraid. You're afraid of it getting out. So I do feel like this person was afraid to basically be authentic with you and tell you the truth. So they just kind of hid and they put themselves in this armor and they just didn't really want to deal with it because that made them feel uncomfortable. Yeah, look at that, egotistical. And that's just who this person is, you know, pompous, smug, punk kind of thing. Like, I'm fine. It's no big deal. You know, I'm good. So that's kind of what they tried to put out there, and that's what they tried to pretend. And I do feel like it did work for a bit, and then there were times where it's just like, no. But the Four of Ashes, Four of Pentacles, it's like reluctance. Like, I'm still reluctant to give myself to anyone. So I don't want you guys to think that this individual went from you and went off into an amazing, awesome relationship. Even if they did go into another relationship, they didn't suddenly fix all their crap. They weren't suddenly everything that they weren't for you, for that person. No freaking way. Okay. It doesn't work that quickly. I just feel like they were still closed off. They were still not wanting to change. They still felt like, you know, they were just entitled to act a certain way because that's just who they are. That's how they survive. Your person went into other situations, I feel, and they felt displeased. Okay, they felt turned off by what was out there. They were reluctant to get involved. I just feel like what they thought that they maybe wanted, if that grass they thought was going to be greener on the other side, no, I feel like they were actually pretty turned off. They didn't get exactly what they wanted. Something made them feel very uncomfortable. Interesting. Something made them feel very uncomfortable. They were turned off. They were repulsed by something or even someone. So again, much like yourself, you know how things were really, really awesome and then it turned sour. They did the same thing with someone else. So it wasn't just you. Yep, justice. Wow. I feel like karma has been following this person. So maybe they finally got their karma after this situation, or karma didn't forget their name and it eventually caught up with them. So this is an amazing time for us to shift over onto the extended. What is that retribution? What heavy duty karma eventually came this person's way for the shit that they did to you and even others, okay? We're also going to look at, have they ever felt badly for mistreating you? How does this person think and feel towards you today, and what would they say to you? What words would they use in order to explain everything or even apologize to you, if that's even a possibility? So if you guys would like to join me over on the extended, I will put that link in the description box down below, as well as pin it to the top comment. And thank you guys so much for choosing to watch this reading. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, that it was helpful to you. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it in the comment section. Don't forget to give it a little love if you feel like you want to, and hopefully I'll see you guys over on that extended. And some people were asking me too, that Gumroad, when you go over there, was like making people tip, and that just pisses me off. I had no idea that was that was like arranged on the site. That must be something new, and I didn't get a notification that they were just going to automatically do it. So anyways, I have my assistant turn that off. So the price of the reading is the price of the reading. There is no situation where you like have to tip. So I just wanted you guys to know that was fixed. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.